to the curb, and the gentleman got out. And
do you remember when drag racing felt untamed? When the smell of burning rubber, the roar of engines, and the flash of a smile could steal the show. The early 1970s were a time when speed, personality, and showmanship defined the sport. In the midst of this chaos and excitement, a duo emerged that captured the hearts of fans: Jungle Jim Lieberman and Jungle Pam Hardy. Together, they transformed drag racing into something more than just horsepower and timing lights. They brought it to life, making it a spectacle full of energy, charm, and daring. While Jim was the fearless, larger-than-life driver, Pam became an icon of style, confidence, and presence. Their story is one of excitement, heartbreak, and resilience, showing how fame, love, and tragedy intertwined on and off the track. Meeting the woman who would become Jungle. Pam Pamela Hardy was living a quiet life in a small town, balancing college classes and the routine of everyday life. She had no connection to the racing world and no plans to become famous. That all changed in 1972 when she crossed paths with Jim Lieberman. Driving his Corvette down the street, Jim caught Pam's attention first with the roar of the engine, then with his long hair, wide grin, and magnetic personality. Jim was already a star in the drag racing scene, known for his bold driving, daring stunts, and flair for entertaining the crowds. To Pam, his world sounded like freedom, adventure, and life outside the ordinary. When he invited her to join him and his crew on the road, it was a turning point she never expected, a step that would change her life forever. Jumping into a world of chaos. For most people, it would have seemed impossible. Pam had no experience in racing, no mechanical knowledge, and no reason to think she belonged near this fast-moving, unpredictable world. Yet something about Jim's energy and the life he promised made her curious. Within days, she made a life-altering choice. She left college to join Jim on the circuit. Life on the road with a drag racing crew in the early 70s was chaotic, exhilarating, and relentless. Tracks were packed, engines roared, and the air was thick with fuel and smoke. For a woman in her early 20s, stepping into this male-dominated world was intimidating, but Pam quickly learned that standing out could be an advantage. She wasn't just a passenger, she became integral to the operation, helping with everything from checking cars to packing parachutes, guiding Jim into position, and keeping the pace of race day running smoothly. Becoming an icon, Pam's presence on the track didn't go unnoticed. With her long hair, casual style, and effortless confidence, she quickly became a fan favorite. Magazines began photographing her beside Jim's car, dubbing her Jungle Pam, and the name stuck. It wasn't just her looks that captivated people, it was the way she carried herself in the midst of chaos. She balanced charm and poise with competence, showing that a woman could be both glamorous and essential in the racing world. The partnership between Jim and Pam became legendary, a combination of wild energy and calm precision that drew crowds wherever they went. She became the symbol of a golden age of drag racing, adding personality and charisma to a sport that had been defined almost entirely by men and machines. Life on the road with Jungle. Jim Lieberman was a man who lived life at full throttle, and being with him meant living in a whirlwind. He was charming, unpredictable, and deeply committed to his craft. Over 100 events a year took him across the country, traveling thousands of miles between tracks, living out of motels and constantly chasing the next thrill. Pam experienced both the excitement and the exhaustion of this lifestyle. The smell of fuel, the roar of engines, and the high-stakes environment became her everyday reality. While she loved the adventure and the connection with Jim, she also learned that being close to him meant living in the shadow of his obsession with racing. The crowds, the media, and the relentless schedule tested her endurance, and she found herself navigating admiration, pressure, and the complexities of their relationship all at once. The aftermath and life without Jim. After Jim's death, Pam withdrew from the racing scene, leaving quietly and without fanfare. The tracks, the engines, and the chaos that once excited her now served as constant reminders of loss. She tried to adjust to a slower pace of life, taking small jobs and traveling, but the shadow of her past remained. Fans continued to recognize her as Jungle Pam, and reporters occasionally sought her out for interviews. While she shared her memories of Jim and their time together, she did so with brevity and dignity, protecting her private life. The grief and the identity she had formed as part of a legendary duo shaped her future, influencing her decisions and the way she navigated relationships. Moving forward, Pam eventually found love again, first with Fred Frey, a figure from the drag racing world who understood the pressures and memories she carried. Their connection was rooted in mutual respect, but the weight of her past and the constant comparisons to Jim proved challenging. Their marriage eventually ended, leaving Pam once again to rebuild her life on her own terms. Later, she met Bill Hodgson, a man outside the racing spotlight, and together they created a quiet, grounded life. With Bill, Pam found stability and privacy, a stark contrast to the chaos and attention of her years with Jim. While the memories of the past never disappeared, she discovered peace in ordinary days and the simplicity of a life lived away from cameras and crowds, preserving the legacy. Though Pam stepped away from the spotlight, she has always remained connected to the history she helped define. Occasional appearances at car shows, retrospectives, and fan conventions allow her to celebrate the sport she once made unforgettable. She has also contributed memorabilia, photographs, and personal items to ensure the history of that era is preserved respectfully. When she participates in these events, she does so with humility, honoring her experiences and the people she worked with, while maintaining the privacy she has valued for decades. Her presence reminds fans that drag racing was not only about speed, but also about personality, courage, and charisma. Life today. Now 71, Pam Hardy enjoys a quiet, fulfilling life far removed from the roar of engines and the glare of cameras. She lives with her husband Bill in a calm, grounded environment that prioritizes privacy and peace. She remains in good health and active, carrying the same energy and poise that made her an icon in the 1970s. While she occasionally steps back into the public eye for interviews or retrospectives, her focus is on the present, appreciating life on her terms while reflecting on the extraordinary experiences she once had. Fans continue to admire her not only for her past accomplishments, but for the grace, dignity, and resilience she has shown throughout her life. A quiet, respected legacy. Even decades later, Pam Hardy continues to be a point of fascination for fans of drag racing's golden era. People remember her as Jungle Pam, the woman who brought personality, charm, and professionalism to the sport. She is admired for her ability to navigate a world of high-speed excitement and media attention while maintaining grace and authenticity. Today, her life serves as both a window into the past and a reminder of the enduring human qualities behind the spectacle of racing. Her story remains a beacon of courage, resilience, and individuality, proving that sometimes the most extraordinary lives are defined not only by the highs and thrills, but also by the strength to move forward after loss.